All right, so let's begin. Good day, everyone. This is John Mojica of the Federal Land Sales Team, and it is truly an honor to be your host for today's webinar. Our event today is entitled Home Safe Home, where we will get to talk about your investments and some risk management strategies that you can apply to make sure that you have a healthy and safe asset base. All right, with us today are experts in the fields of financial planning and wealth management from First Metro Securities Property Investments and Asset Building, First Metro Securities, and we have property investments and asset building from Federal Land Incorporated and financial consultation and securing investments from AXA Philippines. We will be joined today by Mr. Andoy Beltran, Business Development Head of First Metro Securities, as he is licensed to talk about anything and everything investments. So make sure you ask those questions that have been lingering in your head at the Q&A towards the end of our webinar, as today might be the day that they get answered. We'll also be joined later on by Mr. Jan Michael Chu, Senior Manager of AXA Philippines, to discuss how one can make sure that their hard-earned investments could be kept safe and secure. With the kind of policies available to us right now, this might be the venue for you to ask about what exactly is best for your treasured investments. I shall also be sharing with you clap for myself. I shall also be sharing with you industry updates later on so that you can make wise choices when making your investments, as well as give you some tips on how to intelligently build assets. So watch out for that. But before anything else, we would like to acknowledge our, wow, how many people already do we have on Facebook? And on Zoom. On Zoom, we have, well, I cannot see our participants. We have 99 participants. We're almost full already. So due to insistent public demand, we have about 1,400 and counting registrants already at this point. So we decided to open our link and go live on Facebook so that a lot of people can benefit from what we have today. All right. So from the original Zoom meeting, we are also live on FB in the account Federal Land Sales Team. So please don't forget to smash that like button and let's all share the stream to our friends and family, especially those who you think will benefit best from our topic today, which is investment risk management. And also, don't forget to follow Federal Land, First Metro Securities, and AXA on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Also, please use our official hashtag for today when you post anything about this event. Our official hashtag is hashtag home safe home PH. We want to know what your thoughts are, what your thought processes are, and we're going to find that there. All right. We'll also be giving away an early bird present and raffling off 5 corporate giveaways or 6 corporate giveaways from Federal Land at the end of the stream or the webinar. And now I think we're ready to begin with our discussion. All right, everybody. I hope you are ready. So maybe we can type the word ready in the chat box on both Facebook and Zoom. Everybody ready? Okay, I see people typing in the word ready. All right, I hope you're all excited. Okay, without further ado, we have, I know you're all excited. I would like to spotlight the Business Development Head of First Metro Securities to calm our minds and bring about a topic that I'm sure intimidates everybody. Investments and the risks that come with it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Andoy Beltran.
Yeah, thanks, John. Thanks, John. There you have it. So, to our 100 participants on Zoom and to our Facebook Live viewers, good afternoon. So let's begin. Let's begin by quoting a wise man. You know, a wise man once said, "We won't be able to achieve living in a home, sweet home, if in the first place we don't feel safe." And that's why the trio of First Metro Sec, Federal Land, and of course AXA thought of bringing you home, safe home. Instead of just home, sweet home, we're giving you home, safe home. We're going to guide you. We're going to provide you tips and tricks on how you can safeguard your money, your investments, your home, and of course, yourself. My name is Andoy, and I am the Business Development and Market Education Head of First Metro Securities Brokerage Corporation. We happen to be the stock brokerage arm of Metro Bank. And your 2017, 2018, 2020, and 2021 best online broker in the Philippines with the best online trading platform. No, just to share with you quickly what I was doing pre-pandemic. I normally my typical day normally involves jumping from campus to campus, office to office, island to island, and even at times country to country, talking to people, not just Filipinos, talking to people about anything and everything, investing, leadership, management, entrepreneurship, career pathing, whatnot. But because of the pandemic, you, me, most businesses, most people, we had to be a little bit more creative when it comes to sending the message across. And for me, that message has always been the message of financial literacy. So what I did was I just took advantage of every opportunity given to me, whether it be webinars, whether it be vlog guestings, whether it be Facebook live sessions or international road shows, whether it be in-house First Metro Sec webisodes or my Let's Invest PH videos. And that pretty much led me to this very wonderful partnership with Federal Land. No? But just so you know, Federal Land, of course, everybody knows that Federal Land is not just known for bringing you investor education programs like this. In fact, they're actually responsible for building the tallest structure in the Philippines, which happens to be Grand Hyatt Manila. I'm telling you these things because I'd like you to understand that Federal Land, they weren't able to finish the Grand Hyatt Manila overnight. Hindi yun ganun kabilis, hindi yun ganun kadali. They had to make sure that they give it a very, very solid foundation. And then they took it from there. One floor at a time, until matapos. But again, it took a lot of time, it took a lot of effort, it took a lot of energy, and of course a lot of money for you to be able to build something that grand. When it comes to building your finances, the same is also true. You have to make sure that you have a very, very solid foundation. You understand everything. Yeah, you understand what you're getting yourself and your money into. And then you build it from there, one floor at a time, one payday at a time, one bonus at a time, one windfall at a time. So after Federal Land, First Metro Second AXA now brings you what we call the hierarchy of financial needs. And by virtue of it being a hierarchy, it means na meron tayong dapat prioritization level na kailangang sundan. Parang sa pagbabakuna, for example, hindi pwedeng free for all, hindi pwedeng lahat susugod na lang. Meron tayong inuunang miyembro ng society for us to be able to have a smooth sailing process. No? So may mga inuuna, kaya nga may mga A1, A2, A3, A4 tayo, di ba? Pagdating sa financial planning, pagdating sa financial tools, ganun din, meron din tayong dapat unahin. Kasi kapag pinagsabay-sabay natin yan, it's going to be very impractical. Because we only receive so much. Konti lang yung pera natin, limitado yung pera natin, tapos pagsasabay-sabay natin, tapos hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung uunahin, di ba? Sabi nila, kailangan ko daw mag-save muna, Andoy. Sabi nila, kailangan ko daw munang mag-invest. Sabi nila, kailangan ko daw bumili ng sariling bahay at lupa, di ba? Sobrang daming information na pumapasok sa atin, na-overwhelm tayo. And that's why AXA and First Metro Sec brings you the hierarchy of financial needs para makatulong kami in guiding you. Ano ba yung dapat kong unahin para hindi ako malito, para hindi ako mamulubi kasi ang dami kong dapat unahin. No? Similar to building the Grand Hyatt, umpisa tayo with the foundation. And this is what I call the foolproofing stage. I'm not just talking about foolproofing your finances. I'm also talking about foolproofing yourself. And that's by way of financial literacy. Madalas, iniisip natin itong financial literacy activity lang yan. Palipas oras lang yan. Ino-organize lang ng HR yan. Ino-organize lang yan para sa mga estudyante para magkaroon ng activity. But You need to understand that financial literacy plays a very, very important role, not just individually, but in the Philippines' nation building efforts. Hindi natin hindi natin maibabahagi, hindi natin matuturuan ng mga tao kung paano mapalago ang sarili nilang pera kung wala tayong financial literacy. At yan ang unang-unang dapat nating intindihin. Financial literacy, saan ko ba ilalagay yung pera ko? Ano ba yung uunahin ko? At pinaka-importante dyan, sino yung mga trusted partners na pagkakatiwalaan ko nitong pera na to. So financial literacy, you also need to ensure that yourself and your assets are insured. So bago ka pa man mag-isip ng pag-iipon, saving, bago ka pa man mag-isip ng pag-i-invest, dapat meron ka na munang insurance para kung ano man yung maiipon mo at kung ano man yung mai-invest mo, mapupundar mo along the way, alam mo na insured na. And you're confident because you have a very, very solid foundation. And that's the first floor, kumbaga basement. No? We now go to the second floor. Ang tawag ko naman dito is crisis proofing. When I say crisis proofing, hindi enough na insured ka tapos sabi mo, crisis proof na ako, may insurance na ako. Hindi po enough yon because you also need to understand na merong mga bagay na hindi naman covered ng insurance. May mga ibang bagay na hindi mo pa na-insure at merong ibang bagay na dapat bayaran mo in cash. And that's why you also need to make sure you have an emergency fund. This emergency fund, hindi basta-basta na pera lang yan. There's science into it. Itong emergency fund, it has to be equivalent to 6 to 12 times your average monthly expenses. And itong emergency fund na to, dapat it's something that you revisit at least once a year. Kasi syempre, nagbabago-bago ang presyo ng mga bilihin, nagbabago-bago ang amount ng pera na ginagastos mo on a regular basis. And of course, nagbabago rin ang amount ng pera na tinatanggap natin. No? Kaya dapat habang tumataas ang sweldo natin, tumataas din yung level of savings natin, yung level of insurance natin, and at the same time yung level of investments natin para hindi tayo naiiwan. It also helps that you budget your money. Kasi kapag wala kang budget, madalas ang pera natin nagagastos lang. A budget helps you understand how much comes in. It helps you organize your finances as to how much should come out, where you're supposed to spend it, how you're supposed to save it, where you're supposed to invest it, and yun nga, sino yung magiging partners mo when it comes to investing. This helps you manage your cash flow, and dahil meron kang magandang budget at naiintindihan mo yung budget mo, it also avoids unnecessary borrowing. No? Kaya hindi natin sinasabing masama ang pangungutang, pero as much as possible, of course, you want to avoid borrowing because it entails interest charges. No? And of course, only after making sure you're foolproof, you're financially literate, you're insured, only after making sure that you are crisis-proof, meron ka ng emergency fund for 6 to 12 times your average monthly expenses, marunong ka ng mag-budget, sinusunod mo yung budget mo, nire-recalibrate mo yung emergency fund mo, nire-recalibrate mo yung budget mo every so often, that's the only time na pwede tayong makapunta sa penthouse. Ito yung third floor, ito yung topmost level. Ito yung top floor. And then this is what I call future proofing. So you foolproof yourself and your finances, you crisis proof yourself and your finances, and then you future proof yourself and your finances. This is the only time we're giving you the green light to start investing. Diba? So parang I'm telling you, the more people we get to convince to invest, the better it is for us. Mas matutuwa yung boss ko nito, yung dami nag-i-invest, no? But it's also part of my responsibility, no? Our responsibility to help you understand na hindi dapat invest agad. Meron tayong dapat hierarchy na sinusunod, no? So this is the only time we're giving you the green light to start investing. Growth fund, investing, put your money to work, make your money make more money. Future-proofing siya because by way of investing, you're creating multiple sources of income. Nag-invest ka sa stock market, nag-invest ka sa mutual funds, nag-open ka ng negosyo, bumili ka ng isang franchise. It creates multiple sources of income. Pero yung income na yon, it's not just for you to spend today. Diba? It's not just for you to spend today, hindi ka one-day millionaire. You're doing that because you're trying to plan for the future. For your future, for your family's future. Kaya unti-unti nagbe-build ka na ng retirement fund. You're planning for your retirement. And of course, wealth distribution. All right? But the thing is, whether of course, you have to admit, no matter how prepared we think we are, ang dami pa ring risks na kinakaharap natin. There's the risk of us getting sick. There's the risk of us figuring into an accident. There's the risk, of course, dito sa Pilipinas, no? In the Philippines, there's always the risk of us getting victimized by natural calamities. Hindi na bago yan sa ating mga Pilipino. But the good thing about that is there are risk management strategies, no? And risk management strategies are there to make us realize na the more we deny, no? Habang dinideny natin, hindi ako magkakasakit. Bakit ako magkakasakit? Parang ang alaga ko naman sa sarili ko, naliligo ako parati, nag-take ako ng vitamins. Hindi ako ma-aksidente kasi sobrang ingat kong mag-drive. Hindi ako tatamaan ng natural calamity kasi talagang pinili ko tong site ng bahay na to na hindi binabaha, wala sa fault line, di ba? The more we keep on making excuses, the more we keep on making ourselves believe na walang risks, the more vulnerable we are. And that's a fact, no? So what I'm trying to say here is let's accept the fact that there are risks. Kasi kapag naintindihan natin, kapag natanggap natin that there are risks, we're going to start planning, we're going to start mitigating, and we're going to start trying to avoid, if not manage, and if not totally avoid those risks. No? At pagdating sa investments, risks and returns, they go hand in hand. They're inseparable, risk and return. Sabi nga nila, when you talk about high risks, you talk about high potential returns. When you talk about low risks, you talk about low potential returns. When it comes to investing, totoo din na when you take no risks, you're also going to get no returns. No? So parang ngayon, magkano na lang ba ang kinikita natin sa regular deposit account from 0.125% 2020? I think right now it's doing 0.0625. I have nothing against deposits. I have nothing against savings. Sabi ko nga, importante na meron kang savings sa emergency fund. No? But all I'm really saying is it's not going to get us anywhere. Napakaliit ng kinikita ng pera natin. And when you talk about risking your money, when you talk about investing your money, you have a lot of risks to think about. You have the general market risk. You have the risk of not being able to find viable, profitable reinvestment options after you sell your position. Meron ding risk na mag-invest ka sa isang outlet na hindi madaling mag-exit because it's very illiquid. So that's liquidity risk. There's the risk of inflation. Pataas ang presyo ng bilihin pero yung pera natin it's not able to go as fast. It's not able to beat inflation. And of course, the more complex your investment outlet is, the more risks you take. Kapag nag-invest ka sa foreign denominated securities, foreign investments, meron kang kinukuhang foreign investment risk, no? Na of course yung mga risks outside the Philippines. But then again, the good thing about that is you have risk management strategies, time-tested risk management strategies to work for you. Ano ba tong risk management strategies? Basically, they're there to help us minimize risks and at the same time, maximize potential returns. Hindi natin sinasabi na zero risk yan, Andoy. Hindi natin sinasabi na kapag nag-employ ka, gumamit ka ng risk management strategies, hindi ka na malulugi. Sabi nga natin kanina, no, risk and returns, they're inseparable. Parati silang magkasama. So the best way that we can help you lessen the risk, minimize those risks, and at the same time, in the process, maximize returns, is for us to teach you some of the time-tested and madaling i-execute na risk management investment strategies. The first of which happens to be diversification. Sabi nila, for us to minimize the risk of catching COVID, we need to sanitize not just ourselves, but our surroundings. Sanitize for COVID not to spread. When it comes to investments, meron tayong tinatawag na diversification and parang kabaligtaran siya. Kasi pagdating sa diversification, the more you spread your investments into various assets, the safer you are, the less risk you take. Kapag nag-invest ka 100% sa stocks, ang ibig sabihin nito, 100% ng risk mo, nasa stocks lang din. 100% ng risk mo, stock market risk. So ibig sabihin, kapag down ng market, a lot of times, there's a very high likelihood that your portfolio is also down. You get to minimize this risk if you spread your money across a number of outlets. Hindi ka lang basta mag-invest sa stocks. Meron kang exposure sa bonds, meron kang exposure sa UITFs or mutual funds, meron kang exposure sa exchange-traded funds, meron kang exposure sa real estate investment trusts. You hit two birds with one stone if you do this. Why? Because you don't only create multiple sources of income, but in the process, you also lessen the risk kasi you're spreading it across stocks, across bonds, across funds, across ETFs, and across real estate investment trusts. Diversification. Sabi nila, another tip for us to lessen the risk of catching COVID is for us to regularly wash our hands. In the Philippines, meron tayong tinatawag na peso cost averaging. If meron tayong regular washing, meron tayong tinatawag na regular investing. Peso cost averaging essentially tells you na, oy, every payday mag-invest ka. Every end of the month mag-invest ka. I-budget mo yung 10%, 20%, or 30% ng sweldo mo, ng bonus mo, ng kinikita mo sa negosyo mo, tapos i-invest mo siya. No matter what the market situation is, kahit naka-lockdown, kahit MECQ tayo, kahit tapos na tong COVID, for as long as it's a payday today, you invest. The good thing about cost averaging is that it's less stressful. It's more affordable kasi ginagawa mo siya, hindi siya one-time, big-time investing. You do it once every payday. Apart from it being affordable, it's also less stressful kasi you don't end up timing the market. Hindi mo iniisip kung okay ba for me to buy now? Is it okay for me to buy now? Hindi mo iniisip yon. Ang iniisip mo lang, is it payday today? Because if it's payday today, then that means I'm going to invest. That's what cost averaging strategy does. No? It programs your investing. And the good thing about this is it makes investing exciting. It makes investing worth looking forward to, especially if you've already gotten used to it. Another thing is meron tayong tinatawag na social distancing. IATF in the Philippines in particular, they're telling us na rule of thumb dyan, 1 to 2 meters away from each other, especially when you're outside. It's going to lessen the risk of you catching the virus. In the world of investing and even in trading, meron tayong tinatawag na position sizing. Simply put, ang sinasabi lang ng position sizing, para hindi ka masyadong ma-expose sa isang trade, para hindi ka masyadong ma-expose sa isang asset, para hindi ka ma-expose sa isang stock, it tells you, meron sinasabing rule of thumb na kung magkano yung available cash mo, you only spend 2% of it for every trade. So parang it somehow forces you to further diversify your portfolio. Or if you're too in love with one stock, you're supposed to buy it one chunk at a time. For example, you have 100,000 pesos. You're supposed to buy it one chunk at a time, 2,000 pesos at a time. Parang pwede mong gawin yon every day, pwede mong gawin yon every 2 days. But it somehow teaches you to be a little bit more patient. Don't buy one stock, don't invest all in one go. That's position sizing. You also have risk to reward ratio. Now, for us to again lessen the risk of getting the virus, we need to keep ourselves healthy. For us to keep ourselves healthy, we need to spend. We need to spend on, for example, some people spend on gym equipment. Some people spend on healthy food, of course. Some people spend on air filters, no? Some people spend on UV sanitation lights, so whatever. But that's okay. That's okay. You need to spend especially vitamins, for example. No? You need to spend for you to be healthy. And it could be pricey, but that's nothing compared to the amount of money you're going to spend if you get sick, if you fall ill. Pagdating sa investing, meron tayong tinatawag na risk-reward ratio. Ang sinasabi nitong risk-reward ratio na to, um, you don't you don't enter into a trade, you don't enter into an investment decision without checking numbers, without checking the trend, without checking research materials. Kasi ang sinasabi nito, if you're guided by technical analysis, by charts, makikita mo, visually makikita mo, no, na may mga trades na merong one unit of risk, but it also offers 2 or 3. Sorry, it's raining pretty hard here, no? But it's offering you 2 or 3 units of reward. Technical analysis will provide you with visualization dito sa risk reward na to, no? So what we're telling you is risk reward ratio gives us some sort of guidance na wag kang papasok sa isang trade if 1:1 yung risk to reward. The best case there, 1:2 or 1:3. All right. So that's your risk reward ratio. Another thing that we need to look into would be to admit that, I made a mistake. Lumabas ako ng hindi nag-double mask. I went out tapos pagdating ko sa bahay hindi ako agad nag-sanitize. So there's this probability na baka carrier ako, so I'm going to isolate myself. It pays to admit that you made a mistake. And sometimes it could cost you your life, no? Your family, no? Pagdating sa investing, ganun din. It's human nature, normal sa atin na hindi natin ina-admit na nagkamali ako. Parang mali itong pinasok ko na investments, no? Parang lugi ako. But yun ang wisdom na binibigay sa atin ng cut loss point. Because a cut loss point, yung stop loss order, it tells us na kapag nalugi ka na by 3%, maximum 5%, kapag nakikita mo yung isang trade mo, kapag nakikita mo yung investment mo na down 3% na, pinakasagad 5%, down 5%, benta mo na. Benta mo na. Huwag ka na munang umasa na magre-recover pa yan. The good thing about this is the earlier you admit that you made a mistake, the earlier it is that you're giving yourself the chance to recover. Kasi makakakita ka pa ng ibang mas profitable trades that the market could offer. So that's your cut loss point. And lastly, it pays to a lot of times leave it to the experts. Don't self-medicate kapag may kahit wala kang nararamdaman, no? Whether you feel ill or you feel perfectly healthy, it pays to consult your doctor every so often. And the good thing about now is meron ng teleconsulting, diba? So pwede mong i-check, doc, wala akong nararamdaman pero I'm here to hear your thoughts. Ano bang magandang gawin ko moving forward, diba? So parang I report to work once a week, yung ganun. So it pays to leave it to the experts. It pays to hear their thoughts. It pays to listen to them. All right? So they're experts for a reason, diba? And when it comes to investing, when it comes to your money, meron din experts. Meron din tayong mga experts. Meron tayong mga fund managers. And when you entrust your money to fund managers, you basically outsource the decision making to them. You basically outsource the market monitoring to them. You basically outsource strategizing, yung mga tactical calls, no? Sila na yung gagawa nun for you. Babayaran mo lang sila for a fee. Meron lang silang minimal fund management fee. But the good thing about that is you can do whatever you want. You just keep on investing on a regular basis. You keep on you can continue running your business. You can continue being the good employee that you are. But the good thing about that is you can sleep soundly at night knowing that your money is being handled by the experts. All right? Pagdating sa investing, alam naman natin na napakaraming choices. So you have so many choices. But in my 16 plus years of doing things like this, I think it's very obvious that real estate happens to be one of the most stable, one of the most time-tested, but at the same time, most expensive outlets out there. But it's more than just an investment. Eh. I think you'll agree with me that it's more than just an investment because it's for a lot of Filipinos in particular, it's a life milestone, life goal yan. For a lot of Filipinos, sometimes it's a legacy. Papatayo ka ng bahay hindi lang for this generation, minsan ginagawa pa nating ancestral house o papamana mo sa anak mo, tapos yung anak mo ipapa-renovate, ipapamana sa next generation. So it's a life milestone, it's a legacy. And of course, it provides you shelter. Ito, mga panahon na to, malakas yung ulan, it provides you shelter. And it being expensive, it being a life milestone, your home being a legacy, it also pays that you have it protected. Hindi pwedeng basta-basta magpapatayo ka na lang bahay and then that's it. And what better way for you to have it protected by the best in our partners from AXA. They've just been awarded as the General Insurer of the Year in the Philippines. And doing so, that gives you peace of mind, knowing that you're not just living in your home sweet home, but you're also living in your home safe home. When you're talking about alternative investment outlets, andyan kami. There's First Metro Sec. We offer you a lot of investment options for you to further diversify your portfolio. Sabi nga natin, risk management, portfolio diversification. You can invest in stocks, in mutual funds, in bonds, in exchange traded funds, in real estate investment trusts by just opening one account with First Metro Sec. We talked about cost averaging. We provide you with automated peso cost averaging through our voluntary investment program for as little as 1,500 pesos a month. That's automated investing for you. You're thinking about position sizing ideas. Alam mo yung natutunan mo yung position sizing pero hindi mo alam kung ano yung pwede mong bilhin. Then we have fundamental analysis. We have daily, timely, and actionable research reports for you to consider pagdating sa trades and investment ideas. Talk about risk-reward ratio. Sabi ko kanina, it's better visualized by way of technical analysis. And though hindi ako marunong mag-technical analysis, then that's not a problem because we have an artificial intelligence within our platform which can do technical analysis for you. So for your risk-reward ratio. Although you talked about stop loss. Paano ko gagawin yon? Can it be automated? Of course. We have conditional orders in First Metro Sec Pro. We have conditional orders in our mobile app. At hindi lang stop loss yung pwede mong gawin doon. You have stop loss, you have buy on breakout, you have limit if touch. Because again, sabi ko nga, we're not just your best online broker in the Philippines. We also happen to have the most advanced trading platform in the country. So when you talk about leaving it to the experts, we have peso and dollar mutual funds from ALFM, ATR Asset Management, our very own sister company, First Metro Asset Management, PhilM Asset Management, Phil Equity, and Sun Life Asset Management. But the good thing about that, aside from you being able to invest in mutual funds with First Metro Sec with just one account is you get to make the most out of your money kasi hindi ka masisingil ng sales loads, hindi ka sisingilin ng transaction fees, and hindi ka sisingilin ng commissions because you are doing it on your own online. So you get to make the most out of your money. You talk about being able to fund your account online through bills payment facilities, fund transfer facilities for free by way of Metro Bank, PS Bank, and Metro Remit Singapore. BDO, BPI, Union Bank, Bills Payment Online, Land Bank, OF Bank, GCash, Paymaya, Coins.ph, Click by 7-Eleven, Security Bank, LCCC, and NCC Balls. And of course, pwede ka ring magbayad by way of credit card if you have a Visa, MasterCard, and JCB credit card. So you have all sorts of payment options na online, paperless, and super convenient. Another investing hack, sabi nga natin, financial literacy is key. We put a lot of premium in financial literacy. So we have streaming webinars, we have on-demand webinars in our official YouTube channel. So just subscribe to our First Metro Securities official YouTube channel. And if you want something like this, something personalized, something customized, something made exclusively for you, That's what we do. We're customizing, gamifying webinars for companies, schools, and organizations. That's financial literacy on demand. We're just one email invite away. All right. So that's made possible with just one account for all your investment needs: stocks, bonds, mutual funds, unit investment trust funds, exchange traded fund, and the real estate investment trust with First Metro Securities. And if you'd like to start your investing journey right here, right now, you're actually just 3 steps away from that. All you need to do is to visit www.firstmetrosec.com.ph. Step number 2 is complete the online form. Sabihin mo lang kung anong pangalan mo, anong gusto mong username. Super easy, 5 to 10 minutes. And then number 3 is upload the documents online. Now, this is a very important thing that you need to take note of. When you get asked by the system, how did you learn about us? Click seminar or event and then type in our promo code, home safe home. Anong importante dito? What's the importance, no? The important thing there is we can by virtue of you attending this webinar, we can make account opening faster, the activation faster, for as long as you get to tag home safe home as your promo code. So mas mabavouch namin, mas may endorse namin ng mabilis yung application mo. So again, www.firstmetrosec.com.ph, complete the online form and upload your documents online. When you get asked by the system, how did you learn about us? Click seminar or event and type in our promo code, home safe home. All right, home safe home. Now, for anything and everything First Metro Sec, just visit www.firstmetrosec.com.ph. Please do like us on Facebook and join our official Facebook community, First Metro Sec. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. And for questions, of course, meron tayong Q&A later, but for some more questions and for speaking engagement invites, it's abeltran at firstmetrosec.com.ph. I'm also on social media as Andoy Beltran, and I'm also the guy behind Let's Invest PH on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Now, before I turn the floor over to our master of ceremony, John, let me just leave you with this. Sabi ko nga kanina, talking about Grand Hyatt Manila, the tallest structure in the Philippines. Nothing grand is built overnight. Right? Nothing grand is built overnight. But also, I'm here to tell you, I'm here to serve as a reminder that nothing great is built without taking risks. I'm talking about career choices, I'm talking about investment choices, sometimes even relationships. No, nothing great is built without taking risks. So that has been Andoy Beltran. This has been Andoy Beltran from First Metro Securities, thanking all of you for spending your Wednesday afternoon with us. But then again, this is just 1 out of 3. Hindi pa tayo tapos, no? So let me just turn the floor over to John. John, thank you.
Wow, that was packed. Wonderful, wonderful discussion, Andoy. And thank you for the very informative discussion on how we can minimize the risks when we foray into any kind of investment. I learned a lot from that. And I'm very sure that everyone here has learned a thing or maybe 10 from the very packed presentation you just gave us. Thank you so much.
Thanks, John. Again, sa akin naman, this has been my mission turned into passion. No? Parang sabi ko nga, every time I get asked about what I do for First Metro Sec, parang hindi siya trabaho for me. This is I'm super grateful for this opportunity. That's why sabi ko nga, I just take advantage of every opportunity because a lot of people out there, a lot of Filipinos out there, they're in need of financial literacy, they're in need of guidance, and that's what we're doing for them.
Yes, as we should, right? As we should,
Yep.
because we're here to help, really. And before we continue, we would like to acknowledge our, wow, how many? Close to 200 people already combined in both Zoom and Facebook. Hello, everybody. And Andoy, may I ask you to give some shout outs to our attendees?
Sige, unahin natin dito sa let me greet our active participants on Zoom. Of course, hi Ian Kevin Bautista, hi to Sir Wilson C, Maria Teresa Villarosa, you have Raymond Isulat, you have Angelita Gregorio. Hello. Thank you for being here. Again, please spread the word. No, we're almost full on Zoom. Kanina pa tayo nag-100. So You might want to share the Facebook Live streaming link na lang to your friends and family members who you think would benefit a lot from this webinar of ours.
Yes, definitely. And please don't forget to smash that like button or that heart button or whatever reaction you have to our webinar today. And let's all share the stream, like Andoy said, to our friends and family, especially because this topic is very interesting and it's for free, really. And I know a lot of people will benefit from our topic today, which is investment risk management. And also, don't forget to follow Federal Land, First MetroSec, and AXA on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Hmm, right?
Yeah. And of course, I really hope you learned something today about investments, risk management, from what I discussed earlier. Now, moving forward in our journey to building assets, we're posted with one question in our heads. Andoy, Jom, Jan, what are safe investments? Now, there's a multitude of investment options available. Alam naman natin yun, napag-usapan na nga natin kanina. Ang dami nating choices. And as someone who has been helping people out for many years, I'm confident in saying that real estate happens to be one of them. To give us a little taste of what's up in the Philippine real estate market is none other than our host for today. He has been in the industry for over 16 years and has handled local and international sales, as well as headed a marketing division solely focused on promoting Philippine properties. He is currently a senior in the sales division that handles the broker groups in Federal Land. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to spotlight Mr. Jom Mojica.
Thank you so much, Andoy. And I'm happy to be here today to discuss how we are doing now economically in Philippine real estate and why you should consider investing in Philippine real estate today. Okay? Now, I know this might be a topic that some of you might find a bit out of your league, but please stick around and lend me your ears, okay? Because remember, an informed mind always makes better decisions. Okay, let's shake things up a bit. Instead of the usual proposition presentation, let me give you tips na lang regarding the topic of real estate investment. How's that? We all love tips, don't we? Do you love tips? Please comment in the box below or the comment section below if you love tips. And I have a couple of tips for you. Now, to make things a little bit more interesting and let's face it, less boring because it is a very serious topic. I have divided my presentation into 4 tips. We have tip number 1, why real estate is one of the safest investment available. We also have a tip on why you should only invest with companies that are established. The next tip is how to invest in real estate, which is a mind-boggling question, definitely. And the fourth tip is what kind of assets are available for you to bet your money on. Are you ready for this? So today we are talking about risk management and hopefully with these tips I can help you make better and more informed decisions. I hope you're ready for this because I'm very excited to share it. Now, it's easy to make things light and funny, but like I said, we should be intelligent. Just a minute. There is something wrong with my screen. Just a minute. Sorry, may technical difficulty because my screen is frozen, but we will get there in a while. Okay, now I think it's working. Now, it's very easy to make things light and funny, like I said, no? But like I said, we should also be intelligent in building our assets. And this entails doing your homework. But don't you worry, guys. I did the homework already for you and have chosen the best details that you have to know about what is happening in the market today. Is it moving? Yes. Okay. So let's talk about the Philippine economic and real estate right now. All right. So in terms of gross domestic product, I know this is a bit serious, but please just try and listen. Last year's GDP or gross domestic product may have softened a little bit to around 5%. But this year, it is expected to return to its previous rate at 6% or even higher as projected by the International Monetary Fund by about 6.6 to 6.9% depending also on the vaccine rollout. The stability of the country's GDP. Next slide. All right. The stability of the country's GDP is evident for the past 4 years, wherein the average GDP of the Philippines has been at 6% and even higher. During those times, our economy is even stronger than our neighboring Asian countries, according to the Oxford Economics Haver Analytics report in 2019. Now, furthermore, in 2019, the Philippines was recognized as the #1 country to invest in for real estate, according to businessinsider.com. This is because of its annual rental yields at an average of about 6% and high demand on occupancy rate for residential condominium properties, especially in the BGC Taguig, the Makati, and the Macapagal Bay areas. Rental yield due to the pandemic may have slightly gone down to 5% last year, but this year they're moving up again to 6% as forecasted in the third and fourth quarter. At present, you'd be impressed with the highly competitive values of condominium prices in the business hubs of Metro Manila. The BGC area, the Ortigas area, the Makati area, Pasay Macapagal Bay area, and even in Quezon City, mind you. Okay? And the capital value of real estate remains strong, especially in our central business districts, despite the pandemic situation, which is very good to note. Now, the question most people ask is, when do we need to invest? And the answer is now, right now. Yes. Real estate grows at a steady pace regardless of the pandemic situation. And we do have historical proof of that. The speed of the recovery of the Philippine economy has positive impact on the real estate industry and can definitely affect decision making for purchasing. Now, to help guide you on that, let me share with you these points from Lichu Property Consultants and Colliers Philippines. These are the 5 indicators of the speedy recovery of the real estate industry. First, you have the speed of the government's vaccination program. Let's face it, even if we are on lockdown right now, the rollout of the vaccines are still ongoing, which I think is a very good sign that things are progressing here in the Philippines in terms of what is happening right now. We also have a strong luxury property segment that is the least affected financially despite the economic slowdown. Third, high-end properties remain in demand with an 85% take-up in 2020. High-end properties, guys, 85% take-up in 2020, meaning the appetite for buying real estate among Filipinos here and abroad stays strong. And of course, we have joint venture projects of real estate developers with local and foreign firms that help provide innovative facilities and amenities that make an attractive investment proposition for buyers. So if you see, we are having more and more branded real estate developments here in the country. And I think it's a good sign because people are willing to lend their names or their brands to the Philippines in order for us to achieve a little bit of hype also in real estate. And that it really helps. And of course, we have attractive promotions and never before seen incentives that are now extensively offered for real estate projects by developers. It's a, as they say, it's a buyer's market right now. So I think we have to make the most out of that as well. All right, number 2, why should you invest only in companies, or why you should invest only in companies that are established? Now, if you noticed, I did not present these tips as questions. Why? Because these tips are statements. Because I or we here with Andoy and the presenter later, we want to make you we want you to make the best decisions that you can have, really. And we can only do that by giving you tips with the things that we are talking about right now. It's not moving. Okay. Now, we are neck deep in options for assets we can put our money into. It just so happens that real estate goes under our basic needs: food, clothing, and shelter. And in the Philippine real estate market, our company, Federal Land Incorporated, is one of the most competitive and fastest growing real estate developers in the country. Federal Land holds a legacy of There you go. It holds a legacy of personifying and reshaping the skyline of key cities in the Philippines with iconic structures and world class development for over 45 years. 45 golden years, really. And also, another vital reason why you should invest in federal land is because of its financial stability and its industry track record. Now, Federal Land is a member of the GT Capital Holdings, one of the largest business conglomerates in the country, with a market capitalization of 3.5 billion US dollars. And GT Capital Holdings owns market dominant businesses in underpenetrated sectors of the economy. So it's not just Federal Land, really. In banking, you have Metro Bank. In automotive, Toyota, one of the most stable. In life and general insurance, you have AXA. In infrastructure and utilities, you have Metro Pacific Investments and First Metro Investment Corporation. And in property development, you have Federal Land. It also takes pride of having 48 years of experience and expertise in the industry. Another reason is that Federal Land has a number of prestigious global brand partners for its various property developments, and it reinvents the standards of project planning and development with innovative technology. Like, say, for example, you have Grand Hyatt and Marco Polo, two of the largest brands in the entire world, and they're now collaborative already with federal land in bringing about properties here in the Philippines, which I'll be talking about later. You also have Oryx Corporation, Nomura Real Estate Development, and even Isitan Mitsukoshi Holdings, which is part of the largest in retail all over the world. I'll talk about that later, right? Federal Land has an extensive project network with most residential condominium projects strategically located in the central business districts of the country. You have over 30, and you can see here, no, over 30 active residential projects, and Federal Land takes pride in its business development program, which focuses on building properties in prime locations with high market value growth potential. And I am not just talking about the common business districts, which are BGC and Makati. I am also talking about Marikina, Quezon City, Ortigas, San Juan, Taguig, etc., etc. So you really have a diverse portfolio of things that you can invest your money on. Let's go to the third tip, how to invest in real estate. Because it is tip number 3, I shall give you 3 sub-tips comprising of 3 things, 2 things, and 1 thing. Okay, the most important 3 things you should remember in investing on a property are, any guesses? Please type on the chat box below. What are the 3 things that you should remember when investing? Let's see if we have informed and intelligent investors with us today. Do I see it? Do I see it? Okay, I think I see it. Okay, thank you very much for the answers. And here it is. Most important 3 things in investing: location, location, and location. Diba? And why? Because location dictates everything. Price, prestige, development, lifestyle, secondary market, resale value. You get the picture, no? Location, location, location. Location will tell you that you are investing on a property that other people have willingly invested on and are happy with. And when you tell people that you've invested in properties, what exactly do they ask? Talaga, where is it located? Diba? Why? Because with the simple dropping of the location of your property, everything follows. So remember 3 things: location, location, and location. So after those 3 things, there are 2 things that you have to consider. What are these 2 things? Price appreciation or cash flow. Now, let's break it down. Price appreciation is how much your investment will grow over time. There is waiting involved, of course, but here's an insider tip. It's a sub tip. If the developer has announced a price increase soon, go for it. In a matter of days, you would have had some form of growth for the property that you got for a relatively cheaper price. And this is why investors go and get pre-selling properties, because over time, their money is going to double, triple, and it's really just going to grow. Okay? Next, we also have cash flow. Cash flow, on the other hand, is what you have right now. I'm talking about rentals coming in per month. Yes, you may have invested in uh, a big amount on your property, but you are experiencing returns every month through rentals. And slowly, once you get your ROI, everything after that would be profit already. Now, when researching on the properties you have shortlisted for your purchase, it is very important to note the trend in which their prices have moved. Some examples I can give are from the popping BGC and Ross Boulevard projects that we have. Here are some examples. Okay, these projects by federal land have increased in value significantly since launch by 130%, by 260%, impossible prices. But historically, real estate project values have grown consistently throughout the years, even during the pandemic, mind you, making real estate the best investment option despite the economic or pandemic situations. For instance, there's another project that we have in Cebu, the Marco Polo Residences. Federal Land's premium residential project, this one, the Marco Polo Residences, it started at 96,000 per square meter and it's now at an average of 160,000 per square meter, almost double. Let us remember that land is not something we can make anymore. That's why developers are starting to build upwards. And with that, of course, the prices are going to rise upwards as well. Now, we are done with the three things and the two things. The one last thing I would like to share with you is this: the rule of the more, the more. I have a little something there. Trust me, you get what you give. All right. There is this best-selling American author that I got this concept from, and his name is Jeffrey Gitomer. He's an author, a professional speaker, and a business trainer that has a very tongue-in-cheek approach to things. And you can see that in his books, including the little gold book of Yes Attitude and the little green book of Getting Your Way, and he has a little red book and a little black book, and he talks about the rules of the more, the more. Basically, the more money you put into an investment, the more rewards you might get out of it. And I'm saying might because it's all about risks, as Andoy pointed out a while ago. And there are stakes all the time because it's an investment. And this is why I am teaching you on how to minimize those risks by putting your treasures into tried and tested institutions, into tried and tested industries. Okay? Now, you ask me, so, okay, we have one way of doing things, how to invest, etc. Now, what kind of assets are available for us? Now, there are tremendous amounts of options out in the market today, and it can get extremely overwhelming, believe me. But true to my promise, I have picked some out for you in the most enviable locations for today's investors. Now, I know you've seen this earlier in our program while waiting, but here is something. I know that as investors, you need your variety. So allow me to present. Oops, what's happening? Okay, just a minute. Now there are others more. So if you need information on anything, if you have an agent already, please talk to them. But if not, you can shoot me an email and that's fine as well. All right. But it would be a disservice naman for us if since I've talked about how unfazed the luxury property sector is, let me just give you a rundown on what options are best to consider right now that we have to offer as well. Is it moving? My screen is frozen. All right, here we go. So Federal Land teamed up with the Japanese financial firm Oryx Corporation and Grand Hyatt International of Chicago to introduce Grand Hyatt Manila Residences, the first residential condominium in Southeast Asia carrying the Grand Hyatt brand. The partnership brings to the country not only luxurious residential suites but also the legendary Grand Hyatt hospitality and service. It is a two-tower development flanking the Grand Hyatt Manila Hotel, which is a part of Federal Land's master plan township in Bonifacio Global City, the Grand Central Park. Now, if you are the kind to travel and check in at one of the franchises around the world, the question is, why do that when you can actually own and live in a Grand Hyatt residence every day, right? All right, another option that we have still in Bonifacio Global City is something that we call the seasoned residences. Now, Federal Land has also partnered with two of the biggest names in Japan's prime real estate and retail industries, Nomura Real Estate Development and Isetan Mitsukoshi Holdings. And they just want to bring a piece of Japan to Bonifacio Global City in the form of the seasoned residences. It's the very first also where you have the first Mitsukoshi Mall in the Philippines offering a uniquely Japanese mall going experience. Now, these partners of Federal Land boasts of more than 90 years of investment in banking experience and engagement in the top tier of the department store businesses all over Japan, in other parts of Asia, as well as in Europe and the United States. We also have something that we call the Grand Midori. Okay? Federal Land also partnered with Japan Oryx Corporation for its residential projects in Makati and Ortigas, two of the grandest business districts here in the country. And we have residential projects in Makati and Ortigas with Grand Midori Makati, launched in 2007, and the Grand Midori Ortigas in 2019. The Grand Midori Ortigas, located along Exchange Road, if you're familiar with Ortigas, it's a high-rise development offering prime units imbued with elegant and functional Japanese design and aesthetics. Now, world-renowned Tokyo-based Japanese architectural firm Tange and Associates designed the two-tower developments. While the Grand Midori Ortigas, on the other, that was this is located in Exchange Road. It evokes a grand yet refined design and offers zen-like living in the Ortigas CBD. Now, Federal Land also partnered with someone and brought about in Cebu the Marco Polo Plaza. Okay, we have the Marco Polo Plaza and the Marco Polo Residence. And we partnered with Marco Polo Hotels International for its hotel and brand residences in Cebu. Now, this is something that I'm very excited to share with everybody. In partnership with SMDC, Federal Land has collaborated with the world-renowned design firm Foster and Partners for its first residential project in the Philippines along Ayala Avenue. And this is the jewel right now to the Makati skyline. And it's an addition. And it's our pride. And it is called the Estate Makati. It is now considered as the most ultra-luxury residential development in the country. All right? So there. These tips would be my best suggestions when asked how one is to invest in real estate. Okay, so let's just give a rundown so that everybody gets an idea. And I hope you're still there. We still have 94 and how many? Oh, we have close to 200 pa rin, no? So tip number one, we've established why real estate is a good investment because of the stability of the industry. Now, at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, you have something tangible to sell or live in. At the very worst, you have something to sell or to live in. And at this point in our lives, for tip number two, there are only two options: to stay liquid or invest your riches on something that will give you the best returns. Andoy has tapped on this a while ago as well. Of course, staying liquid means your money will stay as it is. You have your money with you, but it's not going to grow. Okay? Investments give you the potential to swell up the amount of your money exponentially. And as we all have realized at this time, especially during the lockdown, we cannot only rely on one source of income, right? And you can only do that by managing your risks, and investing with a reputable company is your best bet. Number three, we also talked about how to invest with three things: location, location, location. Two things: price appreciation and cash flow. And one thing: the more, the more. Now, feel free to interpret it in any way that you want. But now that you are informed, I bet you will be coming from a very enlightened stance. And finally, choose wisely when it comes to assets you will be favoring. Remember, get the best option that your money can afford, but make sure you do your research well. All right? And with that, I leave you with this quote from a great American business magnate, Warren Buffett. And he says, risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. So, guys, remember to always do your homework and stay informed so that you can make wise decisions. And that ends my segment for building assets wisely. And I hope with all these tips I just discussed with you guys, you can now make intelligent decisions and not be intimidated by the idea of investing in real estate. So, what did you think about that? I hope you liked it. But take it from me, it's far more beautiful seen in person. And let me just post our details here so that you can shoot us an email. And remember, please take a screenshot of our details and shoot us an email for how we can help you, and when we can schedule a viewing once our situation eases up. No, you can also get in touch with your respective agents if you already talked to someone. But before we continue, we would like to acknowledge our, wow, how many? Oh, more than 200 already viewers and attendees today for both Zoom and Facebook. We'd like to give a shout out to our very active participants in the chat box. Hello, hello. And please don't forget to smash the like button and keep sharing the stream to your friends and family who think will benefit best from our topic today about investment risk management. And don't forget to follow Federal Land, First Metro Securities, and AXA on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So I'd like to acknowledge some people. We have Marie Cheetham, we have Kat Belas Ben Slimane, hello Rolita Go, hello Chari, hello Maria Curry, Eileen Elo, Susan Lee, and everybody else who are watching. Thank you very much, and please keep sharing this to family and friends. We have unlimited access, especially on Facebook Live. And get your questions ready because we shall be having a Q&A towards the end of this session, as well as games and prizes that are up for grabs. If you're enjoying our content today, please be generous and spread the word to your friends and family. Now, on to the next part of our session today. So, as Filipinos, we all live by, dare I say, our own version of memes, or what we commonly know as kasabihan, or salawikain, or what we can call sayings in English, di ba? And sometimes we let this dictate how we live our lives. A few of which that come to mind are the common sayings, bahala na, or uh, palakasan lang ng loob yan, or daanin na lang natin sa dasal, di ba? And while prayers work, don't get me wrong, it's not as simple as magic. There's also some form of action that we have to do on our part. And in line with our topic today, the same goes for asset risk management. You've already procured your well thought out investments, and with your hard earned money, of course. And will you really just leave everything to fate, to chance? I say nope. Of course not, diba? Unlike Americans or Europeans, Filipinos in general are not well versed in terms of insurance. In fact, more often than not, we do not see the value of insurance. We see it as an expense. Tama? Sinong guilty? Please type 1 down in the chat box, diba? In fact, more often than not, we see it as an expense more than anything, diba? Not an essential part of our lives. And then now that we need it, biglang sana pala nagpa-insure ako before, diba? Now that we are realizing the value of insurance, especially in these very, very volatile times, maybe it's time for us to think about which ones we really need. And it would be a disservice on our part if we teach you about investments and risk management without at least discussing insurance options. The perfect person to deliver this today would be our friend who is here with us today, Mr. Jan Michael Chu. He's the senior manager of AXA, and I would like to put the spotlight on him today so we could pick up some pointers on how one can make sure that their hard-earned investments could be kept safe and secure. With the kind of policies available to us right now, this might be the venue for you to ask about what exactly is best for your treasured investment. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jan Michael Chu.
Thank you for that very wonderful introduction, Jom and Andoy. And I would like to share my screen. And here's my presentation. Okay, so good day, everyone. Thanks for attending this webinar, and I'm sure everyone's interested to know more about building wealth for their financial goals. Well, we had very great ideas from Andoy and Jom for the past few minutes, and to add, the greatest wealth is having peace of mind. Would you agree? Peace of mind comes from knowing that everything is under control and all risks are calculated and prepared for. The reality is, it is impossible to eliminate all the risk wherein we live in, but we can manage it through this risk management strategy. But first, I would agree with Andoy and Jom that we have to know the risk inside our homes or even outside our homes. So what are the risks inside and outside our homes? Looking at the risk that every home is exposed to, there are countless, and the risks keep on rising due to global warming and natural calamities in the Philippines. In 5 years, there's a total of 77,724 fire incidents, or an average of 15,545 fire incidents every year, or 42 fire incidents a day. During the period, the total estimated damage to property reached 23 billion, or an average of 4.65 billion every year. Okay, so another risk that we see is that the Philippines is located along the typhoon belt in the Pacific. The Philippines is visited by an average of 20 typhoons every year. 5 of them are considered very destructive. The Philippines is an earthquake-prone country, registering quakes every day, though most are not felt. PhilVox records an average of 20 earthquakes a day, and 100 to 150 earthquakes are felt every year. Let's look outside our homes. And the statistics in the Philippines is recorded that 12,000 Filipinos die on the road every year. The number of car accidents has been on a rising trend, doubled from 63,000 incidents to 116,906 for the past 10 years. Looking at the crisis that we are in, there are a lot of Filipinos that are getting unemployed. Hence, robbery rate has been increasing in the Philippines. There was 15.3 cases per 100,000 population. And lastly, in a recent finding, the most prevalent crime in the Philippines were theft and physical injury. Crime against property accounted for more than 30% of the country's entire crime list, while physical injury, on the other hand, occupied around 28%. And once you leave the country, there will be a great number of risks when you travel. Okay, so as you can see in this video.
Dream destination is one of the best moments life could offer. But the best moment in life could fall apart in a blink of an eye. As a tourist, you could be a target for pickpockets. Your dream trip could also be cut short due to accidents or natural disasters. Your adventurous activities might turn into a nightmare, and you might need immediate medical care. With AXA Smart Traveler, we can help ease your burden by picking up the pieces. We cover your loss of personal items, loss of money, loss of deposits when your trip is cut short. And most importantly, we've got your medical costs covered. AXA will be there for you, no matter where you are.
Okay, so there are countless risks inside and outside your homes, especially when you travel during COVID-19 time.
Traveling.
And very important to take note that general insurance is there for you. With the emergence of countless risks in the Philippines and outside the Philippines, general insurance can be a solution. Okay? Because general insurance helps us protect ourselves and the things that we value, such as our homes, our cars, and our valuables, from the financial impact of risk, whether it's big and small, from fire, flood, storm, and earthquake, to theft, car accidents, travel mishaps, and even from the cost of legal action against us. And we are living in a new world with new threats. While it remains nearly impossible to lead a risk-free life in today's world, general insurance aims to give peace of mind to go about our daily lives without worry. General insurance covers insurance policies relating to fire, burglary, theft, accident, motor vehicles, surgery, among others. In fact, the significance of general insurance has increased simply because it covers almost everything, including your health, home, and your car. And your home is likely to be one of it. If not the most valuable asset you have, homeowners insurance may help protect that investment and you in a variety of ways. Having insurance will assure that in the event of theft or fire, you will be able to recuperate some or all of your losses. In the case of fire destroying your home entirely, insurance payouts may be significant in rebuilding your life and that of your family. Makes sense to protect your greatest financial asset. For many people, your car will be another valuable asset. Protecting it in the case of accidents and unexpected events should be a priority. And lastly, no one wants to think of the many unfortunate circumstances that may occur in your life, but what happens when they do? Accidents, even minor ones like sprained ankle, could result in costly x-rays, which would be hefty out-of-pocket expenses. For those of us who prefer to treat these types of injuries with traditional medicine, today's plans also accommodate this option. If your mishap results in damage to your face, bodily injury, treatment could certainly end up consuming a large portion of your hard-earned savings if corrective cosmetic and dental surgery is required. Even simple procedures could leave a significant dent in your wallet. These types of expenses have the potential to derail your financial goals and may affect the lives of your family members. So it is important to prioritize this plan as an important component of securing your financial future. Okay, so good news. With Charter Ping An, there are available GI solutions as Charter Ping An is committed to deliver the best insurance services of the interest, needs, and protection of our customers. Charter Ping An Insurance Corporation is ranked fifth among the country's non-life insurance companies based on gross premium written, and it offers multiple insurance products and services, including fire, car, marine, personal accident, bonds, casualty, and engineering insurance. Then AXA, one of the global leaders in insurance, acquired Charter Ping An to be the Philippines' only financial one-stop shop so that everything you need will be an AXA. And AXA Philippines was only established in 1999 in the Philippines, but it already shown massive growth and market penetration thanks to its bank assurance business. Even globally, AXA Group is expanding its global property casualty commercial lines as it acquired Excel Group. With the growing risk in climate change and global warming, AXA Group is well positioned for the risk to come. AXA Philippines is a joint venture by AXA Group and Metrobank Group. First Metro Investment Corporation, Metrobank, and AXA Philippines are all under the GTCAP group to make sure that all of the clients will be in good hands. And in AXA, we prioritize the financial needs of every Filipino household. There are expected needs and unexpected needs in the hierarchy of financial needs. We are prioritizing to make the unexpected needs the foundation of all needs. This includes income protection, health protection, and most importantly, lifestyle protection. And after being protected for our unexpected needs, we can now prepare for the expected needs, which include education, savings, investments, and retirement. Because looking at 2020 alone, there have been a lot of volcano eruptions, floods, storms, fire accidents, motor vehicle accidents, COVID-19 cases, and casualties of loved ones. These are greatest life roadblocks that would prevent anyone from reaching their financial goals. With access solutions, we can be protected from these life roadblocks, such as the catastrophic events like fire, earthquake, critical illness, disability due to accident or sickness, and most importantly, sudden passing of loved ones, because we can have lifestyle protection. AXA is the one name to remember for all of your financial and insurance needs. We have solutions when it comes to wealth management, health, education, retirement, travel, motor, home, and lastly, business. Because AXA is a financial one-stop shop. AXA would offer to be your trusted partner for life insurance, investment, travel lifestyle, and asset protection needs. And AXA will empower you to secure what's important, which is your life, your family, your assets, so that you can live the life you choose. Probably you're wondering, is GI for everyone? And looking at this, it's for everyone. For the singles in this webinar, I would like to ask you, as a single, you desire the luxuries in life, especially traveling. Traveling is never a safe activity. What happens if you get sick or get into an accident during your travel? It will only either be you cut short your travel to get affordable treatment at home, or have AXA provide you with the income you need to get treated immediately where you are, and even possibly let you continue your traveling. Keep your travel budget for yourself. Leave the emergencies to AXA. Okay, so I would like to ask the people who are married in this webinar. Being married, you desire security and comfort. Accumulating your own assets like your first car and home. All of a sudden, cash flow is not as liquid as before. Monthly bills are now the priority, including your insurance payments, in your desire for the luxuries have taken the backseat. But it's worth it because you know that the bills pay for what the family needs, which is food, clothing, and shelter. What happens if calamity strikes, like fire, floods, earthquakes, and even theft, and your assets are wiped out in an instant? The struggle to maintain enough cash flow for the monthly bills becomes doubly hard as you go back to zero and start from scratch in accumulating assets again in order to bring your family back to its state of security and comfort. Any desire for luxuries for the family and any plans of additional expenses like having a child or starting an education fund will be put aside. Do not let a calamity interrupt you as you build the foundation of your family. Let AXA provide you with the continuous income you need no matter what the circumstance. For growing families, as the family grows, the focus is now in providing for their children, especially in providing good education. Every parent would want to send their children to the top schools, but these schools always come with a price. And paying the price is usually started years in advance. However, the breadwinner will now be more active than ever in seeking to generate income. But what happens to the family stream of income if the breadwinner gets involved in a devastating accident? The more active he is, the more he is exposed to risk. And yet, the more income the family needs, the more he needs to be active. A personal accident insurance is one of the most cost effective ways to protect the breadwinner during this critical time. This protection can be extended to the entire family. As the family grows, the plan becomes more beneficial. Don't allow an accident to disrupt your education funding. Keep the focus of your income where it should matter most. And lastly, for those who have mature families here, as the kids start moving out of your home, you shift your focus now on one thing: preparing for your retirement. Funding your retirement is much like funding your children's education. This is done over a span of several years. You might even open a business to help fund your retirement. Because as a retiree, you will not have the same strength to earn the way you did before. How important is it to ensure that all of you accumulated over the years will be protected? In your retirement years, there will be no more time to repeat what you have done over the past 30 years. What a tragedy to lose all of your supposed legacy to the next generation, to calamities or accidents. Hence, a good estate plan is not only a smooth transfer of assets, but also ensuring that there are actually assets to transfer. But in your latter years, don't allow any unforeseen events to disrupt your plans of leaving a legacy. Okay, so what can we offer as a solution for these types of risk? We can offer the most the most comprehensive home protection product in the market. This includes your home security and condo security for your federal land condominium. With home security and condo security, your home, family, even your household helpers will be protected. And the benefits include property insurance, protection against robbery and burglary, rental income and value, personal accident insurance, personal liability, household helper coverage, debris removal, and lastly, it also covers for your architect and surveyor fee. To fully have peace of mind, we have AXA comprehensive car insurance as well with the AXA Motor Club membership. And on top of that, you get to have access through our AXA EMA roadside assist. With AXA Motor Club, you get to have exclusive VIP concierge services and smart crash feature, which notifies AXA if your vehicle gets into an accident. With AXA EMA roadside assist, you get to call for towing services, repair with the press of a button. And we have our AXA personal insurance which includes My Security and Smart Traveler, to make your everyday journey a safe and a hassle-free one, as these solutions can handle your accidents, trip delays, loss of baggage, and much more in one product. Most importantly, with any AXA solution comes an access to AXA EMA Rescue Line. The Rescue Line provides easy access to 24/7 emergency services of your home. This includes ambulance assistance, fire assistance, roadside assistance, and police assistance, accessible with a press of a button, anytime and anywhere. In 3 simple steps, you get to have help that you need. Just tap the rescue line on EMA by AXA app. You select the emergency. Then both AXA Service Command Center and your emergency contacts will be notified. See how it works in this video.
It's her big day. So for better or for worse, you've got the rescue line from AXA.
I think it's your radiator, sir, and I've notified your family. Help is on the way.
The rescue line from AXA gives everyone free access to emergency services. Be ready for the unexpected with the rescue line.
See, peace of mind and convenience are both priceless. That's why I would like to recap my session for today with the hierarchy of financial needs, because all of these are very important, especially if we want to reach our financial goals. Let's first start with the unexpected needs, and that includes our lifestyle protection. With the solutions that we offer, especially with AXA EMA, you get to have peace of mind and convenience for your everyday life, for your journey towards your financial freedom. And with that, I would like to end my presentation quoting one of the greatest investors and CEOs in the world, Jack Ma of Alibaba. For him, buying insurance can't change your life. Instead, it prevents your lifestyle from being changed. After toiling for decades, an illness or incident or even an accident can wipe out an entire family's savings by medical bills incurred. In times of tragedy, when faced with possible loss of life, one is once again reminded of the purpose of the existence of insurance salespeople. If you have questions, our trusted GI partner is excited to help you in protecting almost everything that you value the most. And thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Once again, this is Jan Chu of AXA, looking forward for everyone to have a home, safe home. God bless you all and stay safe.
Wow, thank you, Jan, for shining some light on how we can protect not just our investments, really, but also ourselves as well. And I hope everybody is now a little more empowered with the options that are presented to us today. And remember, you are your best asset as well. So better make sure that you take care of yourself so that you can take care of your family and investments. Ang galing, ang galing. Thank you so much. And as promised, before we open our session to some Q&A, we have a little game. But before that, we'd like to do some shout outs for the people who have been active in the chat box. Hello to Miss Edith Vitug, to Selwyn Kalihan, Mr. Max Hernandez, John and Marie Cheatham. Hello to Sir Jan Chudao from Mi Shinozuka. And to our clients and partners who are here as well, thank you so much. And who else? We also have Mr. Jig Sanchez. All right. You guys can hear me naman, no? Baka mamaya I'm talking pala, nakamute pala ako. Okay. So as promised, before we open our session to some Q&A, it's now time for a little game. And up for grabs are 3 Facebook and 3 Zoom corporate giveaways from First Metro Securities, Federal Land, and AXA. And all you have to do is answer our questions. Our first question is from Sir Andoy. Andoy, maybe we can ask the question. All right. Are we all active pa? We have about 100 participants here, and on Facebook, we have wow, still 65 participants, no? And we're almost at the tail end of our program.
Sige.
Sige, Sir
All
Andoy.
right, drop.
This is for ano muna? Zoom muna, Zoom.
Let's go with Zoom. Let's go Zoom first.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm going to ask our Zoom participants about is something I was able to talk about, pero syempre hindi naman in granular detail. So madali lang naman to.
Before anything, sorry, Andoy. Please post your answer in the chat box. Comment it down below or on the side, and we're going to take screenshots of whoever gets the right answer first.
Tama.
And then we'll get in touch with you for your prizes. All right?
Sige, perfect. So madali to na medyo mahirap. Okay. So we told you that federal land is responsible for building the tallest structure in the Philippines in Grand Hyatt Manila. So okay, napag-usapan natin yon. But my question is, nasaan ang Grand Hyatt Manila? There you go.
All right.
There you go. So general vicinity is okay. So I'm seeing answers.
Yes, I think we have it already.
Answers now from our Zoom chat. So there you go.
First is from Zoom, no? I think our first, the first one who got the answer is JR Ano Nuevo. Tama ba ako? Tama ba? Do we have the same ano? Do we have the same yeah, dito sa akin it's JR Ano Nuevo, okay? But yes, our friends from Federal Land will be taking screenshots of this, and then we'll get in touch with you later. All right? Okay, next, our next question is from Jan Michael Chu.
Okay, so we had a very good presentation from John, and we are very excited with the projects of Federal Land. And I would like to ask the audience here who give
Zoom again, Zoom.
Give to our viewers here. Give one global partner of Federal Land.
Wow. Let's see. All right. I think we have a winner. The answer was Oryx, and it's from Romeo Versula. All right. Thank you very much. Nagbabadya na dito. It's raining very hard where I am already. So, Andoy, I think the rain has arrived here already. Maybe it's not in Singapore, but yeah, it's here already. Okay. So, the next question will be coming from me. And my question would be, of all the projects that I presented a while ago, and this is for Zoom as well, what do you call the luxurious project collaboration of Federal Land with SMDC situated in Ayala Avenue in Makati? Okay, I think we have it. Okay, the very first one who got the answer, ay, ang dami pala. Dali lang. Where is it? Kim Oliver Uy. And the answer is estate. No, actually, dapat yata yung buo, no, yung buo, because hindi pala yon. So I will be considering Carl De Leon's answer, the estate Makati, kasi complete siya. All right. Now maybe we can ask questions for our friends on Facebook. Yan, Carl De Leon ang nanalo sa atin. Okay. On Facebook naman tayo, on Facebook. Andoy, do you have another question for us? Anything, and this is this could be anything from your presentation, from Jan's presentation, or from my presentation.
Yeah, sige. So kanina we talked about I asked about Federal Land. So may mga dami sumagot sa atin. Nasaan ang Grand Hyatt, Manila. This time around for our Facebook live viewers, okay? For our Facebook live viewers, before I ended, I taught you guys how to open your very own First MetroSec online trading accounts.
There you
So
go.
sabi ko kanina, it's three simple steps, three very easy steps. www.firstmetrosec.com.ph. Answer, accomplish the online form. It's going to set you back 5-10 minutes. It's available 24/7, so pwedeng mamaya, over the weekend, totally up to you. And then upload your documents online. So three very easy steps. But my question is, if talagang attentive kayo, no? For us to be able to help you expedite account opening para mas mabilis yung account activation, ano yung account opening or promo code na ilalagay nyo when our system, when First Metro Securities system asks you, how did you learn about us? All right. So I'm seeing answers from Zoom, but ladies and gentlemen, this question is exclusively for our Facebook live viewers. So
yes.
Yun. Iana, Jerome, do we have winners over Facebook?
I think
So
here
thank
on
you,
the
no?
group chat, see Miss Chari already said that the winner for Facebook is Enzo Miranda.
There you go. There you go. Enzo
Miranda. Yes.
Enzo Miranda. So again, but then again, thank you, no, sa mga sumagot on Zoom. Thank you, BB and Toma. Thank you, Chef Ananias. So there, our winner from Facebook, you got it right. It's Home Safe Home. So Enzo Miranda, congratulations for winning this round.
Nice. Okay, next question again for Facebook is from our friend from AXA, si Jan.
Yeah, I would like to ask everyone from Facebook, who is the parent company of Federal Land, First MetroSec, and AXA?
Ayun. We are under one umbrella, and this umbrella is
Can you give some clue, John?
ayan, meron ako nakikita dito. Medyo may delay lang ng konti yung Facebook from our Zoom, no? But ayun, yung unang nakabuo ng sige, Miss Cherry, can you write down? Okay, Bernard Estela. Bernard Estela won this round. All right. Congratulations, Bernard. And our last question is coming from me, of course. And this is very easy. This is almost a giveaway. If you were listening a while ago to my tips in investing, especially in real estate or in real estate investing, what are the three things that you should consider first? Come on, Facebook, let's go. Thank you so much to our Zoom participants. I think we have a winner. Tama ba? Same ba tayo, Miss Cherry? It's Francis Valencia. Is that correct? Yes. Congratulations. All right. All right. And then we also have, and I am waiting for our early bird awardee today. Nice. But before we award our early bird awardee, we would like to open naman our question and answer. But congratulations first to the winner. We have taken screenshots of your names, and please send a private message to Federal Land Sales Team here on Facebook so that we can coordinate with you on how to claim your prizes, and of course on Zoom as well. So we'd also like to give we're opening now the floor to some questions that you might have on the presentation that just ended. And again, we have with us Mr. Andoy Beltran of First Metro Securities and Mr. Jan Michael Chu of AXA Philippines, and of course yours truly from Federal Land to help answer your queries. So if you have any questions, just please drop them down. I saw a question earlier a while ago about insuring their investment, and this is from Maria Cheetham. Hi, sir. Do we need to insure the unit that we bought with TSR, the Seasons Residences project, or how does it relate to the property we bought? You can do that, Miss Maria, but right now it hasn't been turned over yet, and you can only insure it once it has been turned over. So I hope I helped you with that. Any other questions that we have from down here? You can send it through private message, or you can also post it here in the box. Do we have? Let's put a little bit of music. Ayan. Let's score it just a little bit. There you go. Do you have any questions coming from our Zoom and ano?
John, we have a
Yeah.
question here from Wilson C.
Yes.
And it's addressed to Andoy.
Okay.
So Andoy, what is the recommended stop loss percentage and why? So Sir Wilson, during my presentation, I actually mentioned that there's this thing that there's this rule of thumb when we talk about setting your stop loss limit, your exit point at -3 up to -5%. Ito kasi yung parang sweet spot, the rhyme and reason when psychologically speaking, financially speaking, kapag sa puso, hindi siya masyadong masakit sa bulsa. But it still teaches you a lesson. So that's the reason why most investors, why most traders set it at 3%, pinakasagad 5%. Ako personally, I do 5% kasi sabi ko nga kanina when I was presenting, it's human nature for us to deny that I got it wrong. So parang ako umaasa pa ako if I'm down to -2.7, -3%, kaya pa to. So that's why ang pinakasagad ko talaga is 5%. Anything beyond 5%, ibig sabihin nun, hindi ako nakamonitor sa market. So I set it at -5%. The good thing about that is I don't need to actually monitor the market for me to do that. Because again, First Metro Securities is pro platform and even Go.
Is it me or si Ando yata ay nagano, no? Nag-freeze yata siya, no? Okay. Kumakapit ang internet ng ating kaibigan because rain is very hard in his portion of the metro. Pero we have another question here. Question to Jan. Are there also insurance plans which are similar to investments and gaining returns?
Yes, we have multiple solutions for that. We have single pay products and we have regular pay products. Single pay, we have the Asset Master, and you get to invest in Philippine investments and global investments, whether it's Nasdaq 100, your Asia, and even your Europe. And most importantly, you can also invest in the top 30 Chinese tycoon companies in the Philippines through that product. And we have My Life Choice for our regular pay product, which will definitely help you have more protection since it is more heavier on the insurance space. Thank you for that question, Ian.
Thank you. Thank you. Question to Sir Andoy. Do you consider REIT or rate as safe investment? Ayan, welcome back, Andoy. Are you back?
I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
sige.
question is it's directed towards you. Do you consider rate as safe investment?
Yeah. First off, before I answer that question, it's very important to understand that you don't compare REITs against stocks. While you can buy REITs through the stock market, it's really designed to behave differently. No? When you talk about real estate investment trusts, parang it's a hybrid actually between preferred shares and mutual funds, something to that effect. It's relatively safe when you talk about cash flow, when you talk about stream of income, because ang selling point talaga ng real estate investment trust, aside from you being able to participate in the real estate investment scene, is that 90% of its income, its real estate investment trust corporations are required to distribute 90% of their income by way of dividends. So parang as an investor, meron kang confidence na, oy, if I'm investing here, if I'm placing my money here, and if they make money, I'm sure, because the law says so, no, the law requires them to distribute 90% of whatever they're going to get pabalik sa amin through investors by way of dividends, no. So somehow that makes it safe. But please don't misconstrue safe as guaranteed, no. Hindi naman dahil sinabi nating safe parang wala nang chance for you to lose money. So sabi ko nga, no, parang hindi naman tayo dapat 100% mag-base lang sa REITs. Dahil sabi ni Andoy, sabi sa webinar, oy, safe daw yan. It still pays to spread your risk. It still pays to spread your investments across REITs, across stocks, so blue chip stocks, for example, exchange traded funds. Kasi in the process, sabi ko nga, no, parang it does not only allow you to increase, no, your stream of income, but it also allows you to choose. Alin ba dito sa mga to yung parang mas gusto ko? Parang ganoon. Natututunan mo kung alin saan ka mas comfortable, nakikita mo doon kung ano yung mas bagay sa lifestyle mo. And the good thing about that is, again, you're making your money grow through several outlets. So I do hope I was able to shed light on your answer, Marie May Millen. Yeah.
All right, thank you for that. And another question from Courtney Padua, and this is from Facebook. Question to Mr. Andoy. Hi, is it okay to hold on to my stock beyond my cut loss mark if I'm aiming to do long-term investments? Yeah. Did you get that, Andoy? Are you still with us? Andoy? Nag-freeze ba siya?
Freeze.
Okay, frozen. Okay. Elsa? Okay, so sige. Let's wait for Andoy to get back. And this is at Jan naman, directed. I don't live in the Philippines. What type of insurance should I get whenever I visit my family?
Okay. We can't offer a smart traveler because you have to come from the Philippines to be covered by our smart traveler. But going back to your destination, coming from the Philippines, we can cover you for our smart traveler solution. And the good thing about that is get to also cover COVID-related incidents, which is very, very needed nowadays. But if you're planning to have a family here, and if you already have kids, as long as you're a Filipino citizen, you can get life insurance.
Okay, that's great. Andoy, are you back?
Thank you, Jillian.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jillian Maroquet. Hello, hello. Sige, Andoy.
There, I'm
Okay.
back, but
You're back.
I was having a difficult time unmuting myself kanina. So,
Okay,
go
okay,
ahead.
okay. Sige, I have a question
What-
here
Yeah.
from Facebook, actually, from Courtney Padua. Question for Mr. Andoy. Hi, is it okay to hold on to my stock beyond my cut loss mark if I'm aiming to do long-term investments?
Well, absolutely, no. Sabi ko nga kanina, it really depends on your stance. If you're doing cost averaging, for example, so sabihin natin long term, if you keep on adding to your portfolio every so often, okay lang naman if you go beyond your ideal 3 to 5% cut loss point. Kasi nga ang approach mo naman is long term. You keep on adding onto it. Ang importante lang diyan is ganun talaga yung strategy mo. Hindi ka magiging long term just because you're down 3%. So iba 'yon, ha. Iba yung
Yes.
long term ka and you're down 3%. Iba yung down ka 3% and then you suddenly decide, I go long term. It's a totally different story, no? So you have to admit, you have to be very honest to yourself na ganun talaga yung stance mo. So this is just me trying to help you figure things out. If you're long term and you're down 3%, that's good. But if you're down 3% and then you suddenly say, okay lang because I'm long term, then hindi okay yon, because that's you in denial, no? Kaya sinasabi nga natin na meron tayong cut loss point. Kaya natin sinasabi na meron naman tayong 3 to 5% ranges for us to be guided. And ayun, no, parang pag long term ka naman and you have you've done your research, you think that it's still fundamentally sound, you think that 5-10 years along the line, along the road, you're going to reap the benefits from the decision you've made now, then that's good. That's okay.
All right. Another question, again, I think this is directed to Andoy, no? From Fritzy Chauco. Nakakawalang gana to invest in stocks since 2015. I started with first Metrosec, talo lahat, puro loss. What can you say about Petron and FMETF?
Yeah. You have to understand that not all stocks are created equal. Iba-iba ang behavior nila depending on the demand, depending on the market, depending on the supply, depending on the political landscape, depending on the business environment. And the COVID-19 pandemic just made it even more difficult, not just for businesses but also for investors, no, to find profitable investment opportunities, profitable trade opportunities. Si Petron happens to be one of the more challenged, so to say, challenged companies over the past several years dahil bumagsak yung dahil nagkaroon tayo ng problema sa supply ng oil. Tapos in the Philippines in particular, parang natanggal pa sila sa index. Kaya nagkaroon ng konting dip pagdating sa demand sa Petron as the stock. But when you talk about Petron, the company, it still happens to be the one of the more stable, one of the biggest in the market. Ano pa rin siya, no? It's still on top of the food chain, so to say. Pero yun nga lang, just when we thought it's about to recover, nagkaroon naman ng COVID-19 pandemic. Anong effect sa kanya ng COVID-19 pandemic? A lot of people started working from home. Yung normal na full tank natin na ginagastos natin in a week, minsan nauubos natin in a month. So kung ganun ka katipid sa gasolina, you're going to visit Petron, you're going to visit your friendly neighborhood gasoline station less often. Ganun din pagdating sa travel, air travel, tourism, no? Isa sa mga pinaka matakaw sa gasolina ang mga eroplano, lalo na yung mga long haul. At syempre parang nasa forefront niyan si Petron. If you see less and less airplanes traveling from the Philippines to the United States of America, mga long haul flights natin, you're going to see less and less demand for Petron in particular. So parang all I'm really saying is perhaps baka yung pera natin hindi natin na ilalagay doon sa flavors of the month, no? Kasi kung titingnan natin yung opportunities, hindi naman natatapos sa Petron lang, no? Marami tayong money making opportunities from 2020 up until now as we speak. It's really all a matter of finding out who they are. It's really all a matter of finding out if I'm really built for these types of investment opportunities. Kasi nga, again, babalik ako sa sinabi ko kanina, not all stocks are created equal. Talk about FMETF, I think that's one of the safest bets I can recommend, no? Kasi FMETF, it's the first and the only exchange traded fund in the Philippines. It gives you indirect ownership sa blue chip stocks. And the good thing about this is kapag nagkaroon ng rebalancing, yung recently nangyari lang, it took effect a couple of days ago, August 16. hindi mo na kailangang mag-rebalance ng portfolio mo dahil nalaman mo na si ASEN pala, si AC Energy pala, index stock na, si Converge pala, index stock na. Hindi mo na kailangang i-rebalance yung portfolio mo manually because FMETF, the fund manager of FMETF, is actually supposed to be the one to do that for you. And yun yung selling point din niya eh. Medyo it's super cheap. Right now, I think it closed 100 pesos per share ngayon. But for 100 pesos, multiply that by 10 kasi yun yung minimum board lot niya. For 1,000 pesos plus plus, you get to start investing in the Philippines' blue chip stocks. No? So if you might not be making a lot of money from 2015 up to 2020 up until now over the past 5-6 years, it could be because your money is on the slower horses, so to say. So what I can probably recommend is for you to look into other investment opportunities. Instead of you adding more money into Petron, if you feel like FMETF is also not doing that well for you, you might want to start funneling some of your funds to the more COVID-19 pandemic friendly stocks. No? Yun yung mga nagpe-prevail ngayon. You talk about tech, talk about energy, talk about telcos, talk about consumer names na pinupuntahan ng pera even though we're under lockdown. So I do hope I was able to at least shed light dun sa current portfolio situation. But then again, please feel free to get in touch with me via email, social media so that I could be of further assistance.
Yes. Follow-up question from Fritzy also. So ano ngayon ang flavors of the month?
You're talking about consumer names. Sila yung mga magbe-benefit sa further reopening of the economy. From First Metrosec research, we like Robinson's Retail, we like Ayala Land. Of course, ano siya, it's our research team doing all these of course research on numbers, they crunch numbers. They like Wilcon Builders Depot, of course they like AC Energy, and several others. No, the good and the bad thing about stock market investing is yung information na yan gets outdated very, very quick. So what I'm trying to say here is baka yung flavor of the month natin as we speak now could be different because of the news that's happening right now. Yung kung ano mangyayari overnight.
Yes.
No? Maraming pwedeng mangyari. Kaya what we normally recommend, what I normally recommend to friends, to our clients is to not just open a First Metrosec account, but as soon as you open a First Metrosec account, tingnan mo yung research tab namin, yung research materials namin, because it's something that we update every so often. Minsan nga meron pa kaming everyday, no? We also post updates online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We also happen to have a very engaging Viber community and Facebook communities wherein you can post questions, we answer them, we post questions, you're supposed to answer them. So just some of our ways, no? Some of our isa sa mga diskarte namin for us to reach out to more and more people. Kasi let's admit it, when you talk about investing in general, whether stocks yan, insurance in general, ang iniisip ng mga tao, kailangan ko ng sobrang daming pera. You know, and again, this is our way, Federal Land Act. No, this is just our way of trying to demystify that notion. Separate natin yung fact from fiction. And yun, mga financial literacy programs like this, it's doing wonders.
Nice. All right. I have another question. I have a direct message from Mr. Wilson C. at John. When buying condos, what is the sweet spot for making down payment and advisable number of years for mortgage? Wilson, the answer there is it really depends on what you can afford right now. So if you're very liquid and money is not a problem, if you're going to get your investment for, let's say, cash payment, no, you pay 100%, you get the best amount of discount that you can get, and then just wait for your money to grow, then that's good. But I would advise as well that at these times, I would say about 50-50. Number of years would be usually the number of years that you will be getting would be until the time that the condo finishes, for example, no, or until the property could be delivered to you. So you get the longest amount of time with, and I learned this from a boss of mine before. You get the longest amount of time with the best discount that they can afford to give to you, and I think that's the most winner payment term that you can get for yourself. I would say if you can afford 50%, and the goal really is at the end of your payment term, the principal that you will be uh, paying for through either cash or bank financing would be small. So that if ever you go the bank financing route, the interest that they will put on the principal would be just really, really smaller than usual. No, so if the principal is small at the end of the term, then that is the best deal that you can get. Kasi nagka what do you call this? Nagkaroon ka nga ng discount pero pagdating naman sa dulo, nandun lahat and then yung interest na ilagay nila sa'yo, nabawi din. Sayang naman din. So, get the best discount that you can get and the longest amount of time that you can get for monthly amortization, and that's the best deal for you. I hope I answered your question. We have a couple more questions. Sige, sino bang susunod natin dito? Nalito na ako. Okay. Question from Bernard Joseph Eslera. I've heard of VUL insurance and most people say that it's a good investment. However, I've read some articles saying it's not good. What can you say on VUL and how does it differ from term insurance? I think this is towards Jan.
Yeah. Same question with Chef Anyanyas in a way. So I would like to answer both of the questions all at once. So the good thing about VL products, and as I've said, we're in the business of providing good solutions, and those solutions would give peace of mind, and most importantly, convenience. If you are not comfortable just investing, you're afraid of losses, or if you're afraid that something might happen to you, then the best product for you would be a VUL product or a variable unit link, because it will give you peace of mind just in case your investment is below cost or has losses and if something happens to you, you can have a minimum death benefit of 125% guaranteed. And that would be a seamless transfer to your beneficiaries. So if you are not earning for yourself and you already have a family, then the VUL product is the best product for you, since you're not just working for yourself, you're not just investing for yourself, you're investing for your beneficiaries. And it's also a good tool for estate planning. And estate planning, you get to have a seamless transfer of your proceeds to your chosen beneficiaries. Far difficult compared to your investments or your assets going to your estate, which can take some time, probably as fast as 3 to 6 months. But with our government, it might take some time. But if you want to provide peace of mind and convenience for your loved ones, then the VL product is also the best solution for that. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you for that. Okay, marami pa tayong questions. Okay, we can take a couple more. Hi, Sir Andoy. What is your take about cryptocurrencies? This is from Katrina Tenko.
Yeah, hi, Katrina. Again, we can't deny the fact that a lot of people make money off of cryptos, no matter what crypto you're referring to. No, you have of course Bitcoin, you have Ethereum, ngayon even Axie, pwede na, no, SLPs, ang daming coins, ang daming options for you to choose from. So let me just be very clear that when it comes to investment opportunities, I have nothing against cryptos. But it's also part of my responsibility as a market educator, wearing the hat of First Metro Sec at that, to also tell you that at least here in the Philippines, dito sa Pilipinas, hindi pa po regulated ang cryptocurrency. So ibig sabihin po niyan, ano ba ang regulated? No? Ibig sabihin po niyan, hindi siya kagaya ng bangko, hindi siya kagaya ng mga deposits, hindi siya kagaya ng mutual funds, hindi siya kagaya ng stock market. Real estate, for example, hindi siya kagaya ng real estate na regulated, na kapag meron kang tanong, kapag sa palagay mo naloko ka, kapag sa palagay mo nawawala yung pera mo, meron kang tatakbuhan. You have sa real estate, you have HLURB. Kapag meron kang tanong sa legitimacy ng papeles, you have the Registry of Deeds. Ang daming pwedeng puntahan eh. Zonal value, gusto mong malaman kung ano ba talaga going rate dito sa zone, sa area na to, you have BIR. Sa stock market, kung hindi mo alam kung paano mamili ng stock brokerage firm, you go to PSE, the Philippine Stock Exchange. Sa mutual funds, pagdating sa mga negosyo, you have the Securities Exchange Commission. Sila yung mga regulators natin. Bangko Sentral for deposits. No? Sila yung mga regulators na ang trabaho nila, investor protection. And syempre, of course, consistent with our title, no, home safe home, talking about safe investments, no, safeguarding your investments. Pinakamaganda diyan, dun muna tayo sa regulated. Kasi again, maybe it's all a matter of time. I've seen articles, I've seen reports that GCash is interested to add cryptocurrencies into the mix. It's they're just looking for a partner. So perhaps that's one step closer to cryptos getting regulated in the Philippines. But again, as we speak, not yet. No? So siguro ang parting words ko dito is while a lot of people are earning money off of it, and if you feel like joining the bandwagon, dito siguro mag-a-apply yung sinasabi nila na invest only an amount that you can afford to lose. Test the waters, check mo kung paano ba talaga siya, aralin mo pa rin. But at the end of the day, I still go back to my statement that at least in the Philippines and as we speak, it's not yet a regulated investment vehicle. So I do hope I made myself clear there.
Yeah. So as with anything, there are still risks involved, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you win, then congratulations. Hindi ba? Ganun naman yun eh. Okay. Next, we have something from Ian Kevin Bautista. Hi, John. Is condo flipping a good option? I guess, John, hindi John. No? Okay. So, condo flipping, yes, it's a good option. It means that you're getting your condo for a lower price and flipping it for a higher price. And this brings me to the suggestion a while ago of picking the right property for you. Because if, for example, you get from a condominium building that is very high density, for example, hindi lang ikaw yung nakaisip na mag-flip ng condo. So you are competing with hundreds and hundreds of other people who are doing the same thing. That is why it is very important that you choose wisely which project or which property you are going to get, so that research about the secondary market. Think about the location, definitely. Think about the price points. Is there room for you to grow? Are they almost sold out? Is the demand high? So that you know that people are actually wanting to get a property from this particular location. So you will have more options for secondary market in the long run. Okay? Medyo hindi ko na-expect ang dami nating tanong today. And thank you very much, guys, for being so active. We have a couple more. This is for Andoy. Again, you have two questions, no? From Conrad De Leon, question to Mr. Andoy, pwede ba gumawa ng second FMS account using one Metrobank account lang? Meron na akong first account, planning to open a second one for portfolio classification.
Yes, that's right. I'm confirming that you can do that. Ganun din yung ginagawa ko actually. Kasi I'm OC that way. Ayokong nalilito ako dun sa short-term portfolio ko tsaka dun sa long-term portfolio. So Every payday, ang binubuksan ko yung long-term portfolio, yung dinadagdagan ko. And then every so often, if I get the chance, yung tactical portfolio, yung short-term portfolio, yung tinitingnan ko for short-term trades. So pwede po. Walang problema if you'd like to open multiple accounts with First Metro Sec. Ang importante lang dyan is you still go through the entire process. And the good thing about that is if you have a Metro Bank account, if you already have an existing First Metro Sec account, mas madali na yung proseso because we already have your records. We have your records with us. It's really all a matter of applying online.
Right. All right. And from Eileen Elio, Andoy, do you still have an active account officer who we can discuss regarding investments?
Yeah, you have a lot of options right now, no? You can either get in touch with me. I can endorse you to our customer service team. But we also happen to have a 24/7 e-help center to help you with your inquiries. So ako, I'm volunteering myself to be the First Metro Sec ambassador, so to say, para ma-endorse kita sa tamang department sa team namin. But again, I'm on social media. I'm an email away, abeltran@firstmetrosec.com.ph. I'm going to paste my contact details dito sa chat box, and I'm also going to respond sa Facebook for my contact details. Right?
And we're going to flash it in a while.
Yeah.
Let's just finish the questions that are here. And any other questions after, what is this, 6:16 p.m. You can course through our email addresses and our social media na lang, no? Tapusin lang natin to. Okay. For Jan, this is from Ms. Jai. What is the extent of insurance coverage for an international travel insurance with COVID now for Filipinos based here and traveling abroad?
What is the question again?
What is the extent of insurance coverage of an international travel insurance with COVID now for Filipinos based here and traveling abroad?
Okay, we get to cover the hospitalization through reimbursement. Okay. So that would give peace of mind for those who are planning to travel. And it can be covered domestically. Domestic travels can be covered. International travels can be covered. If you're planning to travel frequently, we also have an annual pass or annual coverage wherein you get to be covered for the entire year based on your travel plans.
All right. Nice. Okay, for Sir Andoy, is this I don't know if you're answering this question, kaya ka nagpo-post ba? How to apply First Metro Sec account for OFW given I have Metro Bank account?
Yeah, I was already able to answer this privately. Nag-message din ako sa kanya. But for the benefit of our OFWs, and even if you're not an OFW, even if you're based in the Philippines, opening an account is super easy. It's open 24/7. Just go to www.firstmetrosec.com.ph. Makikita nyo naman doon yung account opening tab. Just fill out the form. What's your username? What's your password? Saan ka nakatira? What's your name? And then after that, it's really all a matter of uploading all the necessary documentary requirements. Everything's online. Everything's paperless. You can actually finish everything in under 10 minutes, no? And that's it. Tapos, just in case you have questions, if you're having difficulties along the way, again, just feel free to get in touch with me para ma-check natin, ma-diagnose natin kung saan tayo dapat bumalik, and so that I can also endorse you to our account opening team.
Nice. Okay, mabenta si Sir Andoy today. From Rex Salameda, Sir Andoy, would it be faster / easier withdrawing or taking profit using a Metro Bank account? I have an account with First Metro. Thank you.
Yeah. While you can open an account using any Philippine local bank, you have to understand na medyo mas mabilis ang funding, and of course at the same time yung withdrawals if you are a Metro Bank account holder, not because of may special treatment, but because of system connectivity. Kasi syempre we're from the same family, so you have to understand na mas madali yung pag-credit namin sa pag-credit ng account mo at yung pag-withdraw galing sa First Metro Sec account, no? So ayun, mas mabilis actually. So to answer that question, yes and yes, it's easier, it's faster, it's more convenient. for you to fund and at the same time withdraw using your Metro Bank account.
Nice. All right. Sabi ni Chef Ananias Platon Jr., thanks to all hosts for today. I get new ideas even on my stick market and my insurance. Thanks, Jan. Nice, nice. For me, from Miss Francisco, what is the best condo project to invest in now where I can immediately earn? I would recommend something that is already ready for occupancy because you pay for it. You get the condo already. You don't have to wait anymore. So you either flip it, you sell it, you can use it, or you can have it out for rent. So I think the best option would be ready for occupancy right now. Also, you can actually, when everything eases up, you can go and see the unit. And at that point, it's what you see is what you get. So it's a yes or no already for you. So you can decide at once. Okay, I have another question here for, ang dami nating questions. Natutuhan mo na ako, guys. Are there ethical and sustainable stock/share/mutual funds investment in the Philippines? And this is from Joya D.
Joya, no? Yes, to answer that question, yes. Meron nga tayong tinatawag na green funds. I'm just not in the liberty to talk about it in detail, but yes, meron tayong green funds. Tinatawag silang green funds because the fund manager, they're making sure na yung operations, lahat, no, byproducts, products, yung practice ng mga kumpanya na they make available to investors are really sustainable. If you want, I think, if I'm not mistaken, meron kasi akong meeting with WWF a couple of weeks ago. Yung sa website ni WWF, they're heavily endorsing these green funds. And in the Philippines, you only have a handful. I think you only have 1 or 2 green funds right now in the Philippines. So siguro yun muna. Kasi pagdating sa stocks naman, very little information pa yung available ngayon, no? So the safest bet, the safest recommendation I can give you would be for you to research heavily on what I call green funds. Green funds.
Nice. Green funds. Okay. So maybe we should all do our research on green funds. Definitely. All right, and I think we've answered all questions already, and thank you so much. But don't fret, guys. I will be sharing my screen, and I will be showing everybody where you could get in touch with us. Here you go. All right, thank you for all your questions, and we will be having breakout. Are we still having breakout rooms available, pa, Miss Chari? But if we do have breakout rooms, it will be available for everyone to the different speakers, so that in case you want to ask your additional questions today or on your screens, of course, you can take a screenshot of that. These are the details of all our resource persons for today. Please take a screenshot and feel free to shoot us an email or get in touch with us regarding anything we might be able to help you with. All right? And yes, we have reached the end of our webinar this afternoon. Thank you so much, guys. I would like to sincerely thank everyone for your participation in today's session. And I hope you really got a lot of tips and investment options from today's presentations. Of course, we would like again to thank our guest speakers, Mr. Andoy Beltran from First Metro Securities, and for his financial planning and wealth management advice. And of course, Mr. Jan Michael Chu, Senior Manager of AXA Philippines, for spreading out options for making sure that our family, assets, and our very selves are kept safe and secure. Thank you so much. And I hope I was able to share valuable tips as well for those, for when you dive into your real estate investments very, 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 very soon. Okay? Again, this has been John Mojica wishing everybody good vibes, better health, and the best investment you can possibly afford to have. Keep safe, everybody, and happy investing. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much.